Die Nummer in der Mitte, wo jetzt minus 300 steht, ist doch immer die Anzahl, die du sinken musst. In dem Fall ist da der Grund.
Das Problem ist das, du musst halt rechnen. Und wenn du in den Luftraum fliegst, oder wenn du in den Luftraum hinkommst oder so, dann ist für ihn besser, wenn wir wissen, das ist die Höhe vom Luftraum, dann kann ich die Seiten hin und her schalten, wie ich will. Ist egal die absolute Höhe, wie ich bin, und weiß genau, ich darf jetzt auf 2000, also kann ich noch steigen oder sinken. Und sonst musst du halt wieder auf die Seite zurück, dann musst du wieder schauen, darf ich jetzt noch ein bisschen, oder du musst anfangen rechnen. Ne? Und ich sage, die ersten 3 Tage können wir schon noch rechnen. Und am 7. Tag ist Rechnen einfach ein bisschen schwierig, wenn du kaum schlafst und so. Ne? Und deswegen habe ich halt empfunden, dass es hier weißt, der Luftraum startet auf der Höhe. Plus zusätzlich sind oft die Lufträume unterschiedlich. Das heißt also, in Salzburg starten wir auf 1006, der erste, der Eisberg, oder 1004, und dann fliegen wir Richtung Dachstein und dann geht plötzlich der Luftraum auf. Das heißt also, wenn ich irgendwo sehe, die absolute Höhe für die Lufträume,
immer die
solltest du die besser einschätzen.
Die Untergrenze bräuchtest du immer.
Ja,
was ist jetzt die aktuelle Untergrenze?
Weil dann sehe ich den nächsten Luftraum und dann sehe ich gleich, beim nächsten Luftraum habe ich die Untergrenze so. Und sonst ist halt alles immer Stress. Ne?
Genau,
die das ist für Sie nicht so verständlich. Ne? Weil das ist eine spezielle Sache.
Genau, weil vorher ging es noch um diese Obergrenze, die ist ja völlig irrelevant.
Ja,
it was just if it's possible to show
the altitude. I can show it for you.
No. The lowest point of the next airspace. So just not to know the difference. Just even if I have like 1,000 meters to the next above me to the airspace, just the information for the pilot.
Okay, we can add that.
In that moment, the next airspace is 1,500 meters above me. That's just the good information for him. Or it's just 200 meters above him. Then he maybe gets a warning, but then he flies on. He gets deeper in the Alps, and the next step is higher. So then he would like to know, okay, it was 200 meters now, but now it's 1,500 meters, and just to see the height above me.
The height, okay, the constant.
Can you see this figure?
You can. It's being calculated inside there. It's just a question of putting it on one of the data fields.
And the point is, if you know you are quite narrow to the bottom of the airspace and you go into the next strong turning, then you really get the problem very quickly.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't see it.
Exactly. Well, this one we've put the warning level at 200. It's just a question, instead of just having the warning, have already a data field where what is the absolute altitude to go to the airspace. That's fair enough, easy to put. It's not that difficult. It'll be altitude to CTR, but in a different way. It's something we can put in for you.
Is it possible to show the current airspace level?
Yeah,
say
it
begins on 1,500?
Yeah, it is.
Because then you have the information current airspace level, my current height, the position I am, and then you can get the warning if you get too close as well, if you are tired or something like this.
Okay.
What does the instrument do with temporary airspaces?
Temporary, you have to put them in at the day that you're going to fly. It's something that I still want to change. I've been meaning to do this for some time. Create a menu where you can actually go and deactivate.
But you said the instrument you sell in Germany, they usually upload.
No, we pre-upload all the airspace. Okay. Yeah. The problem is if you have temporary airspace which is uploaded, it's going to warn you about that. It's going to give you an airspace warning. And what I'd like to do, and something that's in plan to do, is show a menu of all the airspaces which are near you, and then you can say, I don't want this one, because you know it's a temporary, but it's up to you to know it's temporary.
So maybe we can later go on this point to load up this airspace, maybe?
We'll show how airspaces are loaded, and then we can see how you can remove an airspace. You have an option when you upload what you want to upload or not. You can have a checkbox which will say I want this one, this one, and this one. The problem is when you're on takeoff, that might happen. You may not have a computer handy. And if you don't have a computer handy, it would be nice to do it on the instrument, and this is what I want to do, is allow you to set it in the instrument. So you have the airspaces in the instrument and you say, I don't want this one. Or it's given me a warning, but I know that this warning is not active, because I know I'm flying in a military area and today there's no military. Which is the case where we fly in Portugal. I have exactly the same problem. When we fly in Serra da Estrela, When you're flying in that area, it's all military area, except they use it once in a blue moon, so it's stupid.
So should we go back now?
Yeah, okay, let's I've actually flown into airspace which is no longer critical. So it's actually moved away from the page, the airspace page, but I'm going to go back manually. Okay, so here I'm in an airspace, but this airspace is not giving me any type of warning because I'm at 300 meters, which is even below the ground at this level. So I'm going to quickly get a nice strong thermal going at 50 meters per second. I'm at 600 meters, 700 meters, 850 meters. The altitude you can see on the top left side there. I'm using GPS altitude. So
always shows the horizontal distance to the airspace.
The horizontal distance will only show when the airspace is activated, when it's warmed. Okay.
So in this
If
way,
it only shows the horizontal distance, or when you come close to the vertical distance of
when you come close to the vertical, oops, let me level off. Okay, here's the situation. I'm now close to the vertical. In fact, until yesterday, I was showing, no matter what, I was showing the horizontal distance. But then I was talking to Harry from Red Bull. He suggested, no, we don't want to show that. We only want to show. So when we are not in any kind of warning level, you should just not show anything. But by the looks of it, I mean, each guy wants a different solution. So what I'm going to do is maintain this and then have horizontal distance always visible, no matter what, and vertical distance always visible, no matter what. So I have two data fields, which are separate, which you can choose to use or not. Okay.
And that's the main point on this 3D airspace system, that when you're rising, that you came in the next point.
Yeah, this is the case here. Now this is around Salzburg. This is the area where you guys are going to fly. I'm flying at 2,050 meters, and it says that I'm going to be going into airspace if I go up another 83 meters. Okay. So
this would be, let's say, this airspace then.
yeah, and I'm flying underneath it over here, right? So as I go up, let me fly. So going up. Okay. So now I've gone into the airspace, and what it says now, I should come down 17 meters to be free of the airspace. So if I come down, it says now I'm violating airspace. If I come down a little, now I'm altitude imminent. So I'm not violating, but I'm very close to getting into the airspace altitude. Let me fly faster quickly. And this is roughly the direction you guys are going to fly in. So it's towards the south, where then it becomes higher as you get out of this area. So if I turn, let me turn a little bit to the right side. Okay. So I'm at 2,800 meters from the edge of the airspace and 23 meters to hit airspace. Settings. Okay.
This was the last point.
So airspace settings, these two apply only to the live. Okay, this is related to the way you set up for the GSM stuff. Most of this is automatic, but if you have then any questions on this, we can come back to this. Okay?
Sorry, a question. What does it mean, GSM?
GSM is because the live has a built-in GSM module. And so to configure some of the things of the GSM, namely the APN configuration, depending on which mobile card you have, the live in most of the cards does an automatic configuration, but in some cases when it doesn't, you need to use the settings over here to change.
And you can use any card you want to.
You can use cards which are working with 2G. There's certain operators which only have 3G. Those will not work. It needs to have the 2G. What we're working on now, the next few days, we will have a card which is a worldwide card, which is always roaming. So if that's the ideal solution, because imagine you flying here in Germany and in one place you have T-Mobile, and in another place you don't have T-Mobile, but you have Vodafone, I think is here in Germany as well, you have Vodafone. So it will automatically, if Vodafone is better than T-Mobile, it will switch off to...
Not so bad in Germany, but it's quite bad in Brazil.
Okay, yeah, Brazil is an example. I was flying with one of these cards in Brazil a couple of weeks ago, and I always had coverage because I was switching from one operator to the other. Okay, so we're going to get these cards. They're pre-charged cards. We've managed to negotiate good conditions, and we're going to get this for everyone that's flying with a live.
What's the price like?
The card is €8, and then it's preloaded with €5 per year. You have to load it at least €5. And then it works out to 60 something cents for every 1 megabyte, and a megabyte is almost 40 hours worth of flying. So you will probably be using €5 in a year if you're flying in Europe. If you're flying outside Europe, in some countries the prices are more expensive, but this is a price list with all of this. One of the cool things about it is that the live uses very little traffic. It's very, very small, the amount of data. And some of these operators, the other operators I've seen, they've got very large block sizes. So it's almost like saying you have a cell phone. When you call, it charges you at least 1 minute, even if you speak 1 second. Okay. In the case of many of these cards, they have at least 100K, even if you're only using 100 bytes. And with these cards, the block size is 1K, which is the smallest I've ever seen. The smallest I'd seen to date was 10, but now they're down to 1K. So it's very nice for using with a live. I'll have some more information about that next week. Okay. So I'll let you guys know. Right, so server configuration, this is changing at the moment because we've changed the way the server works. Everything is now going through our server, and the configuration is no longer going to be here, so I'm not going to get into that because there's going to be some changes there. Okay.